Instagram turned me into a machine as a consumer, but also as a content creator. And after 6 months of trying to sort of sharing my true story and pouring my heart out, but on the same time trying to create content that is really going to be seen, I felt like I was straight sliding into burnout. And today I want to show you why that is, and also what studies reveal about Instagram, social media channels like that, social media networks like that, and what it does to our mental health and our brain. And also, in the end, I want to share a few tips on how you can navigate it more consciously, and also how to avoid being sucked into this machinery and still use it as something positive and enriching in your life. I'm Suzanne, and I'm a mentor for sensitive people with depth that never really felt like they truly belonged, and also that never really felt seen. And on this channel, we talk about psychology, mental health, creativity, and how to lead a fulfilling life that is beyond comparison and also performance. Instagram used to be sort of weird, charming. It was about sharing, bad pictures of filtered sunsets or your latest pizza binge evening. And now it's all about reels, and it actually became sort of a TikTok clone in that area. And it's about a lot of content. If you don't get the attention of people within, 7 seconds, just don't even bother. And photography, like that what made Instagram so popular, is like completely dead. So if you don't adapt to that system, to that algorithm, you are actually becoming invisible. And if you do adapt, you actually become replaceable. When I started Instagram as a content creator, I wanted to help people. I wanted to share my story, be vulnerable, but it was all about how to rotate my content correctly and how to get a lot of likes and how to get like maximum visibility. Nothing was feeling real or valuable and valued at all, because it just vanished. I mean, you post something and it's gone in seconds, or at least it feels like it. And I started to ask myself, why and when did Instagram become so toxic in the last couple of years or in the last decade? And why is it just about consumption and content creation in masses and not at all about connection anymore? So since Meta bought Instagram, it doesn't care about your mental health. Like, for that matter, I think no social media platform really does. But it just cares about your scrolling behavior. The longer you are on a post, the better, and that gets ranked higher. Every new feature was designed to keep you on the platform for longer. And regular posts are totally buried, and Reels is the only thing that dominates. The platform isn't evil, it's just capitalistically logical. But for me as a content creator, the question was, do I want to play along with that? There was some studies done in the last couple of years, and one study was done by the Royal for Public Health, and it researched, I think, 1,500 people. What they found is that X, former Twitter, was the least harmful concerning mental health. Then in the middle we had Snapchat, we had Pinterest, Facebook. And number one for your mental health in the negative way was Instagram. And I think TikTok didn't exist when the study was done, but I would also think, but that's just an assumption, that TikTok probably shares the number one place with Instagram. And why that is not news. Instagram is a platform where everyone can show whatever they want you to see. And if I decide to only show you the most beautiful sides and areas of my life, I can totally do that and make you feel like I have the perfect life, which is not true at all, and which is not true for any person on the planet, for any person that has a profile on Instagram. But they can just choose what you see of their life, and your brain constantly has to remind itself that, oh no, that is not reality, and that's exhausting over time. So the psychology behind this is social hierarchy and comparison. Our brains love to compare. In Stone Ages, they had to do it to keep us safe. And Back then, before social media, we had a lot of comparison as well, but it was sort of in one place. We had workspaces, or we had school or friendship groups, family members, and there, of course, were people who excelled in one or another area of their life, and maybe you also had a place or an area where you were really good and where you were better than other people. And even if not, it was okay, because it was just a couple of humans and you were also still human and you never knew what the rest of the world looked like. Nowadays, with social media, you have to compare yourself with the whole world. Well, you don't have to, but you automatically do when you are on the platforms. It's very, very hard if people not only lead better lives on a surface level that they can show you, but if they also can decide, no, I want to show my life is the best on the planet, and they make you believe that. And it's very hard for our brains to do this reality check all the time. And the result is that you feel on the bottom in the social media arena where everyone is competing, and because you are just human, and on social media nothing is, or in most cases, of course, there are also very good content creators who show their real lives and who are also, I don't know, comedians and stuff. I also love these channels and these profiles. But it is not most of what you see online, and especially on social media. So what is the mental impact of all of this? You're constantly being shown of these polished versions of lives or of businesses, like it was in my case as a content creator. And your inner monologue becomes something like, oh, why doesn't my breakfast look like a Bali retreat? And then you have anxiety, maybe sleep issues. You compare yourself all the time, and you also have the feeling of, oh my God, I need to self-optimize. I need to become better because I don't feel enough, not pretty enough, not successful enough, not rich enough, not, I don't know, just fill in the blank. Social media is not built for humans, especially Instagram, in my opinion. You can never be enough when you constantly compare yourself to these profiles. I don't even want to say people, because these perfectly polished lives, they don't feel like real people to me. Let's talk about algorithmic manipulation and dopamine overload. So I think we can all agree on that the algorithms don't want you happy. They want you hooked, because that's what keeps your attention and your time on the platform. You might follow your friends or some of these very inspirational profiles, but then you get shown influencers that you don't even follow, that you don't even want to see, but the algorithm remembers that you spent some time last week on one of their reels and it really hooked you on the platform, and so it shows you a lot of these topics which has nothing to do with your interest. And yes, that is on purpose. Welcome to the attention economy. So why is that important for me, you might ask? Well, because I decided to leave Instagram for my main platform and go back to YouTube, where it all started in my early 20s. Hey guys, so today I thought I'd do a video where I show you all the cool fruits that are in Thailand. And I'm pretty sure you know a couple of them, but I didn't know all of them, so I remember being free, feeling creative, feeling real, most of all, and also kind of, okay, the people that watch my videos, they are really interested in me as a person and in the way I present topics, in the way I think, and the way I feel, and how I share all of this. It gives you more space as a content creator, and it also allows you as a consumer to really get to know the person behind the camera and, yeah, develop more of a feeling for them. I feel like YouTube rewards depth and not only clickbait. And it also is not all about attention spans and how to hook someone quickly. It is about really producing quality content and hooking the people because they love what you do and how you do it, and not just because you hack their dopamine systems. When I was doing a business coaching a couple of months ago, I would totally do it again. It added a lot of value, a lot of knowledge, but there I was told all the time that I have to become more niche, that I have to, when I want to use Instagram, post every day stories and reels multiple times a week and produce all this content and deliver. And also connecting with the people, but not in a way where it felt real, but in a way where it just felt like selling myself and also my products all the time. And none of that felt nice. And I realized that I was not made for niche. I was the story, like my person and the things I wanted to talk about and my whole life. And I couldn't press that into a niche and into something that totally shut down my nervous system. I tried for 6 months, but now that I decided to go back to YouTube, I feel like I have freedom again. I have space again. I can actually really show who I am. And I don't know, we are as people so complex and so deep that it's really hard to show that and to properly and really show yourself on a platform where you have 30-second videos to do that. It's not possible, in my opinion. So to end this video, I want to share 3 tools for you that you can use to get the best out of your social media platforms and especially Instagram, and to have or to let it have a positive impact on your life again. Tip number 1 is train your algorithm, or your algorithm trains you. That means only like, share, repost, save what you really want to see in your feed and what really feels good and nice and positive and enriching to you and your life. Tip number 2 is only follow people, profiles, content creators that really, spark joy and that really also enrich your life and serve as an inspiration for you. Because that makes you feel positive, and also when you use the platform, it's not only compensation and having quick dopamine fixes, but it's really impacting your life in a positive way. And the last tip is contrast. Don't use it all the time. Try to have breaks throughout the day, or even full breaks for a day. But I know it's hardly possible in the day-to-day life. When I want to log in onto any platform, I have to use my phone to verify that it really is me, which is good, but also annoying because sometimes I just want to have my phone shut down for a whole day and not be confronted with whatever is going on there. But that's reality. Lately I had this 80s flashback, nostalgic flash. I was not born in the 80s. I never knew what the 80s felt like, but I looked at this photo album with my parents of their holidays in the 80s, and just seeing these pictures with no laptops, no phones, nothing like that on the table after lunch, just spectacles and magazines and books and board games. It gave me this wish and longing for the time of analog living. Anyway, I don't know where I wanted to go with that, but all I wanted to say was just create spaces and times where you don't have access maybe to the internet or to social media platforms. For example, when you take the escalator and take your phone out, just remind yourself, okay, maybe that's a good time to be offline, and instead take the stairs, no phone in hands, and really be there. Although the stairs, from one train to the next might not be the most beautiful places to be present and in the moment, but it's still time you can use to be more aware and more mindful with your life. And also when you take walks, maybe don't take your phone with you in order to take a picture that you later can post on WhatsApp stories or on Instagram stories, even if you're not a content creator. Just try to be real and be yourself and not have the urge to always show that your life is perfect. And I'm not saying that every one of you is doing that, not at all, but we all know these moments when we think about, maybe I should brush my hair again because I want to take a picture or a video for Instagram. Okay, I'll stop rambling now about this. In the end, I don't want you to delete Instagram or any other social media platforms. I want you to reconnect with yourself and find a senseful and also a mindful use for these platforms, and especially for your time being on there. If you think this content is nice for you, I would love you to subscribe to my channel. I will be posting a lot about this topic, not Instagram, but general psychology and mindfulness and being aware and leading a fulfilling life without having to compare yourself all the time. One question that I am really interested about now is, how is your way with Instagram? How do you use the platform? Do you use it in a positive way? Do you have any tips or tricks on how to use it in an enriching way in your day-to-day life? I will definitely respond to your comments, and I don't want my video, my content to be part of the algorithm that just feeds dopamine rushes and doom scrolling, but I really want to show myself, be me, and yeah, I hope to see you soon, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.